Holy shit.
Okay.
Oh.
Just
Yeah.
like that.
No, there was a weird thing popped up on the side of the show notes that I'd never seen before, but it's fine. It's gone now.
Stop watching porn, Kim.
Sorry.
See?
Right. Well, you know, it's been a long, cold winter, and I'm kind of over it at this point. So.
Here we go.
In a storm. Dickbot, Dickbot, Dickbot. It's
Dick
very Dickbot.
Hello, Dickbot. Anyway.
Look at that. We're already up on the stream. Don't
Woohoo! Sorry.
Can hear Kim.
You can hear me. Well, you know, it's been a long, cold winter. Oh, dear God.
Keep that going there. Long cold winter.
Thanks.
Okay. Mute my phone.
There's 800 on the live.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
There's episode 820 on the live
Oh.
on YouTube.
Yeah, that's on Twitch, too.
The restream should be set properly. Let me. Although restream did just change up their. Oh, their stupid dashboard stuff. Let's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Twitch says 822.
Oh.
So.
Huh? Okay. All right. Hey, see.
That's what they all say. Anyway.
Broadcast you're watching is no longer available. Son of a bitch. Now it's back.
Sunday Bull.
Yes.
Sending data. Streaming. It should be there now.
Oh, there we go. There we are, I think. Yep. Fixed it. It's like magic.
It's amazing what happens.
Yep. Well, that's what they say.
Do they really? I don't think they do.
Not for me, but all right.
Let's double check the audio.
Hey, Boomer, then. Alrighty.
Boomer. Glad you're here. We had to fix the number because we don't get yelled at by our glorious fans.
At least one of them.
Yeah, just
right.
one of them. Okay. All right. Hey, we can start.
We can.
What say you? I say what?
Just like magic.
Glorious.
I know, it's shocking. Oh, shit. On channel. Oops. My bad.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly?
I think we're just getting started.
Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining episode 821 of the Overseas Connection podcast. It is February 2nd, 2025, and it's Pro Bowl Sunday. Kim, are you excited for the Pro Bowl? Don't answer that yet. We'll get to it in a minute. Don't say anything.
All right. Fine.
Just because I said so. This is how this works.
Fine.
This is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. We are a video game podcast. We're on Twitch. We are on YouTube. We do this every Sunday, 12 p.m. on the West Coast, because that's all that matters. And then the rest of the world. That's America first, baby. 2 p.m. in the Central Time Zone, also known as Canada time, which soon is to be tariffed. Actually, already being tariffed.
Right.
Kim, how are the tariffs? Don't answer that. We'll get to it in a minute.
Okay.
Also on the podcast in Bellamina, Ireland, also known as Northern Mexico, being tariffed as we speak. Robin Tate, also on the podcast. It's 8 p.m. in his time zone.
The tariffs are so big, just they can't afford me anymore.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore.
Come on, man.
I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
There we go. That's our political statement for the show. All right. For realsies this time, Kim Woods on the podcast. Kim, hello.
Yeah. Hi, howdy. Glad to be
All right.
here.
In succession, how do you feel about the tariffs? And I'm kidding. You don't care about the tariffs. It does not affect you. You're not really in Canada, even though I say you're in Canada all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Also, not really in Mexico. In Mexico, Robin Tate on the show. What's up, Grandpa?
I have power. I have
Yay!
power. Yeah. Thank God.
It's good to have power.
It is
Definitely
good to have power.
Looks like you were shooting an OnlyFans in the background. I see a big light there.
Promise? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. This went to a twisted dark place. All right.
You started it.
I know. Okay. Again, we are a mature gaming podcast. If you're a child, you're going to be damaged by this podcast. I guarantee it. But don't tell we warned you. We have one birthday to speak of.
We do, but it's an important birthday.
It is an important birthday.
I mean, I think so.
Well, I mean, we do love this person.
Yep.
We miss this person.
We do.
He is kind of like Groundhog in that, Puxatawny Phil. He kind of comes out every now and then. And ironically, his name also Phil.
Right.
Phil Olsen.
The
Happy
man with the velvet
birthday.
voice.
I don't know what it's like to be 85 yet, but I mean, Phil, you look great for 85.
Oh, don't talk. So I'll tell you what happened. So while I was in the house there having a cup of tea and a wee bit of toast with Judith as she came in from our church meeting, Dancing on Ice. I'm sure you have a version of it in America.
Yes.
And Dancing on Ice. Michaela Strachan is one of the contestants, girl. And she now lives in South Africa. And she's dancing around. And I said to Judith, God, she's really old looking. She's like a really old wee woman now. So then I go, yeah, my Robin, she can't be that bad. I said, look, I remember as a kid, she was at the nightclubs and doing all that stuff when I was about 19 and all. And then I went, Alexa, what age is Michaela Strachan?
Michaela Strachan is 58 years old.
Oh.
She's 2 years older than me. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, so while I've been sitting here doing nothing while you've been doing the intros, I've completely rewritten all the news. So that should be fun reading.
Okay, good. It was intended. I did pull a couple pieces of news in there that were intended to be satirical, like this really is a news story kind of news.
I've rewritten them all completely.
Perfect. Love it. All right. What else is there? Well, actually, Phil, listen to this real fast.
Happy birthday, Phil.
Happy birthday!
Yes, happy birthday. Again, 85 never looked so good.
85, he'll probably loses all his hair.
I think he has one hair left. One lone. I mean, honestly, when you do that, I mean, do you really? I mean, do you look for the hair? That one last remaining hair, or do you just don't care?
Look at me. I mean, I'm just coming out hair, but it's the wrong color.
I know. So here's the question: have you considered doing the Grecian? Well, here before you answer that.
Everyone here loves story time, our favorite time of the day.
There's certain things we have to keep in the podcast. All of the little intro sequences have to stay. So,
if they must.
Robin,
yes,
we have this Grecian formula for men. It'll help dye your beard to its proper young, youthful color.
Grecian 2000 or whatever, 1000 or whatever it's called. No, definitely not.
No.
I mean, when you ever see a news presenter on they have that unbelievably dark hair, and there's no way at 55 or whatever it is they should have that. There should be at least a speckling. The collars and cuffs have to match.
The colors and cuffs. I have not heard that. Okay.
And cuffs, yeah, above and below. They have to match. So
I've heard carpet has to match the drapes.
There you go. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, my only problem is I have this little dark slice here.
Yes.
Which is weird. It's like that bit's holding on. But I find that it's good that if I drool at that side, nobody really sees it. I have found myself, a Beard Meets Food is a famous YouTuber, and he goes around. He's a very skinny. He wasn't all into he'd be getting ripped. He's from England, travels all over the world doing these eating competitions. And he has this magnificent beard, really big beard. If you know, beard needs food. Literally, when he puts a video up, within 10 minutes, it has 1 million views. It's crazy. Anyway, but he always gets these loads of napkins, and he does this thing,
right,
to clear out the beard. And I go, what the hell is he doing that for? And now I find myself doing it.
You understand?
Because the food, it goes.
I mean, the mustache was the ultimate flavor saver. Your beard is like a backup pantry.
It does get trim, It does. I mean, I do.
It doesn't look scraggly. That's good.
In the cheeks, and I have a little thing that goes over it. Not to, but this tuft is. I find myself pulling on my tuft.
Okay.
So I don't know how long it's going to continue. Don't know how long. Judith's not a fan, really.
Right.
Really? Huh.
But she did succumb last night. But that's a different story.
She might be. Her opinion might be changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Roughness might have worked.
I see we're drinking Red Robin. What exactly are we drinking?
I think it's a Jammy Rammy Roo.
A Jammy Rammy Roo.
Yes.
Is that the 2024 varietal?
Yes, it's called Jammy Rammy Roo.
Really? This is fake wine as far as I'm concerned.
It's all right. It's okay. It's sweet. It's lovely.
All right.
Oh, I think we have coffee.
Okay. So, all right, real fast. Last thing on the beard. Okay, two things actually. One.
Make it purple. Well, we do purple.
No,
not dark.
Do not do purple.
No. Before it comes off, for a stream, I'm going to do some weird stuff with it. I
think you should do stripes if you're going to do something weird.
Ooh.
Yeah. So purple and green.
That may. Like Spider-Man's arch enemy.
But Bongo Racing, your colors are green. You got a little sometimes purple.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have a bit of fun with it.
Right.
You never know.
Boomer's admitted to being 84, I believe. So there's that. Saw that in the chat.
He's older than me, so. Yeah.
But also, Robin, I can't help but look at you, and every time I see you with this beard, legitimately, the first thought that comes to my mind is Tim Allen and his Santa Claus movies, where he transforms into Santa Claus, and yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not sure yet. I honestly don't know.
Sharp. I never wanted to have that out of control thing, but I think it'd be quite sharp. So.
I mean, I like Tim Allen, so that's a positive.
Okay. Every time you say Tim Allen,
I can't that's that weird.
Okay.
Stop flirting with us, please, Kim.
Yes. Kim, speaking of your flirting, what's going on with you? I see mention of groundhogs.
Okay. So not this weekend. Was it last weekend? I've lost all track of maybe it was last weekend. We had Storm Owen. So we'd had a storm a month or so ago, but the other weekend it started on a Thursday night.
Oh yeah. You had a crazy storm.
It was crazy, cray, and we lost all our power. Hey man, I am brat. We lost all our power for the longest period of time ever. So the power went out at 7 a.m. on Friday morning, and it didn't come on until mid-afternoon on Sunday. And let me tell you, when there's snow and ice outside and you live in a timber-framed house, yes, there's brick, but it heats up quickly, but it gets cold very quickly. Mm-hmm. On the third night, we were getting into bed and the house was so cold, it felt like the sheets were damp. And that cold, it was horrible. So yes, we have that lovely big stove, which we were burning wood in. We had a gas cooker, which was spot on. Right. We could cook stuff on the top, not in the ovens. I rigged up the generator that I bought in COVID, and of course, prepper. And Charlie, electrician's son, hooked it up to the power that was on Saturday. Saturday morning. So that means we had a few plugs that we could charge phones. Not that we didn't have any phone signal. In fact, we still don't have phones. No, still no phone signal.
Wow.
So he wired that directly in. And then they all went out on Saturday night. And Judith was away somewhere on Saturday evening. And at about 3:30 in the afternoon, the generator stopped. And I went out to the generator. It was just starting to get dark. And I thought, well, maybe it's out of petrol.
Right.
Out of gas.
Yes.
And it was out of gas, but it was out of gas because the fuel pipe had split.
Oh, shit.
So I worked this out by 4:45. It's getting dark. It's snowing. That snow is coming really hard with the wind better in my face. Thank God for the beard or I would have been dead. It was coming down. I went up to Stanley, who's just barely breathing, through Jasmine in the car in her jammies because that was the warmest thing we had. Went to Stanley to see if he had any extra fuel pipe. He had some. I brought it down. It didn't fit. It was dark. It was horrible. It was cold. We went in and we lit candles.
So, okay.
And we huddled around the fire. So on Sunday at midday, Judith and I and the kids were down at the local gas station that had a washing machines outside.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We were washing all the kids' uniforms in these washing machines. And when we came back 3/4 of an hour later to collect them, and we got back to the house, the power had came on. But we were told at that time we were not going to have power until the 1st of February. And there literally were our people still out of power from the thing. There was over 100,000 houses in this northern Mexico area. And that's a lot of Mexicans without power for a long time. So, I mean, I was okay, but you feel sorry for the kids.
Yeah.
For the kids.
So multiple questions come to mind. Not all for you, Robin, actually. Kim, have you ever known a petrol station to have washing machines and dryers outside of it?
No, never have.
Okay. Yeah, that was a new thing. No. That's definitely not on the radar.
Right.
Okay, well, it's like a big vending thing, like outside. But we also have egg vending machines where you come and get fresh eggs.
Nope. That's not
there
a
are
thing.
some
That's not a
that
thing.
have. It's like the idea of your Amazon boxes.
Right.
You can get it delivered to an Amazon locker.
Right. That we have.
Yes.
We just don't believe in putting our eggs in a vending machine. It seems like a dangerous proposition for the eggs.
It's a country else. It's a country thing.
Okay.
Country stuff. Yeah. So we're through that, thank goodness.
Okay. Now, I didn't say I just had one question. I had multiple questions here, Robin. So back to this fuel line splitting thing. Did it actually like break in half, or was it just like slit down the middle, like split?
I think because it was in here in the store in the back store, and I really hadn't started it enough. I think the fuel line pipe had just dozed, or it had broken down.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean, so was it like a split, or did it just actually fall apart completely?
It split, a big split.
Do you not own this thing called duct tape? Just say I was looking for quick fixes.
Fuck you, delete. No, look, we got through it. We did lose more fence. We had a ton of fence. So day before yesterday, funny enough, I went out and bought a new chainsaw horse. Raw. Now,
okay.
You know what a horse is for wood logs, Kim? I'm sure. Yeah. So usually you have this thing that it's like a V and the log sits in it, and if someone hold the log, and then you take the chainsaw to it, and it's great, but it's dangerous for the person that's there, and it's as boring and noisy as hell.
Right.
So I was in the gardening place the other day, getting some, not duct tape, replacement fuel line from a lawnmower place. And I seen this new chainsaw horse, and it has a bracket at the end of it that the chainsaw goes into and clamps on, and a guard over the top of it.
Okay.
So you have your left hand holding the log, and your right hand going vroom, 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 and a little marker so you can push the log along to make all your logs the right size, or the size you want.
It's important to have your logs the right size.
I chainsawed for about 5 hours yesterday. Oh, it was good. All the fence. So now in our wood burning stove, we're burning fence.
Nice.
Burning fence. The fence that blew down.
Should I? Yeah. Should I throw more fence on?
Yeah,
yes, love. Throw more fence on there. We're a fence.
Okay.
Fences. So that was good. So that was good. I enjoyed that. Get the old chainsawing. Also, ongoing stuff. We had an appointment that was made before Christmas with the Polish consulate, and Izzy and I went down last Wednesday. We had an appointment there. This big building in Belfast with fences all around it, and in places where I've passed thousands of times, I never realized it was the Polish consulate.
Yeah.
And you had to go in, and the security guys, of course, don't speak English, but of course they don't speak English in the slightest when you're coming through security. No. And we went in and we sat down, and hopefully, because it took about 2 hours, but the girl sat in front of us and shuffled 6 pieces of paperwork, and I swear to God, she must have just shuffled. What are you actually doing anything? It was like stack, shuffle, in different order, stack. One button on the keyboard. And what can you do?
Yeah.
But hopefully by the end of this month, we will have her passport, and then we can go ahead and start booking Disney and all the other bits and pieces for her and jazz, and so we'll see how that goes. So that's great.
Good.
That's great.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I'm taking a lot of time here, but
it's okay.
Okay.
It's been a while.
I bought a new coffee machine for my birthday.
Okay. Let's talk about this.
And it is friggin' awesome. It's a ninja.
Okay, here's a funny thing. I too recently bought a Ninja coffee maker.
Wow.
Ninja Lux.
So I ended up getting it's a combination. It does the Keurig cups in the top, and then it will do a pot as well. But I wanted something that was a little more slimline.
Okay.
Right.
So we have this fabulous machine at the moment, Greg. As you coffee with it. So you put the fresh beans in, and it makes a jug. Great, easy to clean.
Right.
And I wanted so for me with a coffee machine, we've been through lots and lots. It has to be easy to clean, easy to use, and make good coffee.
Right.
Good coffee. Not the best, but good coffee. Anyway, so I've been shopping around, and these are semi-automatic machines. I'll throw it up in WhatsApp for you and let you see what we got, so you can see what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna see if I can see it, and then I'll pull it up on an image and throw it into the chef so people can see Robin's new coffee maker.
Awesome.
Of course. I mean,
who doesn't like coffee? I mean,
it's an essential.
As a matter of fact, that's what I have right now is coffee. So.
Okay, so it's in the WhatsApp group.
Let's see if I can see. Oh, this is okay. You went the high-end espresso-like machine.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I know. So this must be the American model, because the European model has another button for hot water and an extra spout in there, which is a hot water spout. It's brilliant. Okay. So the beans go on the top left-hand side. There's a place for everything and everything in its place. So on the left-hand side, we see these little boyos sticking out. And one is a tamping thing to tamp. So you do the grind and you tamp it. It's like spring-loaded. So you always get the perfect pressure on the grind. And then the little piece on the top, it goes on top of your cup that goes into the grind bit on the left-hand side. At the top on the digital readout, it shows you what your grind settings is, the current and recommended. So depending on what you're doing, an espresso or a long coffee or whatever it may be, you adjust how fine or not the grind is. The little button just on the side, little dial, and you dial it in. And it's pretty much perfect every time. So we'll do an espresso, spot on. But also do a filter version of the coffee.
Right.
So it'll grind and it'll do a very long, very large, show you the biggest carry around cup you can think of, maybe 2 mugs worth of coffee. So it'll do that filter version of it as well, which is brilliant. And then there's all little levels you can see in that photograph. There's an espresso cup. You can go up and down, up and down. The jug on the right hand side is your milk frother.
Right.
And it'll heat milk. The little lines on it is such a fabulous design. Everything. I mean, everything ergonomically, it is absolutely superb.
I have, by the way, the image up on the stream right now, so people can see Robin's coffee maker.
The little lines on the jug show, and those lines are repeated on the inside, show you the right amount of milk for a flat white, a cappuccino, a latte.
Okay.
And then you slide it. The little handle can come out, and the mug goes in. You choose how much. On the top right hand here, where you see froth, you can choose very little froth, a bit of froth, or tons of froth, or cold froth for cold beverages as well. So you hit the button. You can do it manually if you really want to as well, but you hit the button, it goes and heats it to its perfect level.
Right.
For your cappuccino, it makes a lovely head of froth, and away you go. And then when you take that out, you hit a purge button. It cleans it, auto purge, cleaning. Everything about it is just, I've had it about a week now. It is awesome.
I am a huge fan of Ninja products. I've come around on them. When they first came out, I thought they were a little bit gimmicky.
Yeah.
They have definitely come a long way. This looks like a fantastic piece of coffee kit.
I mean, the design, even when you're lifting out the water jug that's behind, you don't have to pull. There's a place for your fingers just to lift it out just nicely. Just either to the right of the jug, there's a little flap.
Yep.
And that's a little door, and that opens up, and you can put your single, double, and a quad cup. That's a little storage place for them.
Okay.
So it's fantastic. Now it was £500.
I was just gonna say it's $500 on I think this is the image off Target. So yeah, it's not cheap.
But compared to these machines, they can go to thousands. I am so impressed with this machine. It is absolutely awesome.
That is a serious coffee.
Indeed.
Piece of kit.
Holy moly!
So my birthday continues, and we had the whole family around here today.
Okay.
And usually it's tea or coffee. And tea or coffee, what coffee do you want? And somebody wanted a chai latte, and somebody wanted a cortado, and somebody wanted a flat white. God, first world problems. But Robin went, no problem.
Can I get a black? Because that's how I drink my coffee. So.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. So and it'll do cold foam as well if you want to do a cold milk foam for a cold drink as well, and all that stuff. So brilliant, highly recommended. I wish they were paying me. Anyway. And finally, I don't know if you've seen my advert, which is not on YouTube. Donald Trump sent an executive order for bongo racing, which is, if you haven't seen it on my YouTube channel, please go and watch it. It has a voiceover from America, and it was edited to heck, and it's very, very funny. And it's only 30 seconds long, but go and watch that. It's good fun.
Yeah, so I did see that. That was not the video I pulled up for you. We could always play that, though. You never know. Maybe that'll find its way into the podcast. But
people need sound for that one. It's good.
Yes.
And it was funny. You if you watch it, there's a bit. So it's a play on words.
Right.
So you see at the beginning with all the guys doing the handing the books. So I got a ton of footage of him signing the EOs, and I got the guy at the side, and I edited it and chopped it, wrote a script, sent it to my friend who's the professional voiceover guy who lives in Florida, to follow my script to match the hand movements of the guy that was there. And of course, Trump says, this whole executive order is to stop DBAD, which is don't be a dick for older drivers in bongo racing, and to make it forefront of places for people to race in the world and to be renowned as the best racing place. Anyway. And of course, Donald comes and says, "Yeah, well, this will put us at the forefront, won't it?" And my voiceover friend goes, "Well, we hope so, sir." And so then he picks it up to show, as he does,
right.
Does the show. But when he picks it up, and I didn't realize it until I was editing at the very end, as he picks it up, there must be a whole pile of big, tall cards or pictures leaning against the desk. And he whacks them and knocks them down. So, of course, the sound effect had to go in there as well. So it's 30 seconds long. Go watch it on my YouTube channel. It's funny. It went down a storm. So went down as no, I won't say it.
I'm gonna. Here it is. I actually see it. I'm gonna pull it up and just we'll throw it up so we have the image of Donald Trump holding up something bongo related.
Oh yeah, there's a picture of me in the back. And of course, there's two phones in the desk, and I added one phone to have the Boom little logo on it, and the other one had the McDonald's logo.
There we go. Robin in the background. This is perfect. Well done, Robin. Well done. And getting your executive order signed. I love it.
Very, very topical. And of course, I have some great footage of Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un that in a car together.
They're your puppet masters.
And I'm waiting to get an opportunity to use that. So I got hairy legs.
All right. There we go. All right.
Anyway,
Kim.
that's me. That's enough.
That's a lot, Robin. I mean, so the storm, actually, one question I had for you. So I remember the winds were horrifically bad. What did they get up to? Do we know what the top speed was?
108 miles per hour, which is a lot for here.
That is, I mean, that's a lot for anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, my mom had 85 mile an hour gusts last night. We have a storm rolling through right now. Nothing, but it's funny because it's calm where I'm at. Just a little steady rain, nothing bad. It was actually kind of warm out.
There's one forest park. It's not in LA. One forest park in Northern Ireland. And Northern Ireland's not a big place, but this forest park has over 10,000 trees down after the storm.
Okay. Well, if you let our governor take care of your forestry, that will become fire kindling come summertime.
Oh, we know how to deal with it, you know. But the market for timber for your log fires, has completely crashed.
That's a lot, Robin. That's a lot of practice and sawing right there for you.
Oh, I love chainsawing.
All right, Kim.
Yes.
I see the first thing on here, exhausted.
Yes.
Talk to me.
I don't know what it was with last week, but it didn't seem to matter when I went to bed or when I got up, but I was exhausted all fucking week, which probably explains my current coffee addiction. Or maybe that's part of it.
Were you sick? Were you ill?
No, I was just tired. I don't know. You know, and you know how they tell you if you go to bed and you can't sleep, read a book? Well, then I do that. My stupid ass ends up staying up till like 12:30 at night reading a fucking book. So, you know, that doesn't help. So, yeah, I was exhausted all last week. So, hopefully this week will be slightly better. I hope.
It's a sign of age, Kim. It's a sign of age.
Probably. Although weirdly, you say that, you know, my sleeping sucks, but I've lost like 5 pounds within the last like month. So I don't know what's going on, but
stop flirting.
It's all this flirting, Kim. It's exhausting you and you're losing weight. What's going on? By the way, shout out to Lord, who actually made it at the start of the show.
Yes. Yeah, Lord, CP Matthew, and Boomer all are in the chat right now. So thanks, guys, for dropping in. And it is. Well, you know, they're all frothing. All that froth that was going on about Robin's coffee maker.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was exhausted last week. Hopefully this week will be better. Like I said, it would probably help if I went to bed and actually went to sleep instead of laying there and then reading for like an hour. But yeah, you do what you do. Anyway, I've discovered a new band, which is apparently not been around for a while, but I'm slow on the uptake. Sleep Token. And I've been playing them off and on, well, pretty much since Thursday. So pretty much back to back.
Say, it doesn't seem like it's working, Kim.
No, they definitely don't put me to sleep. But it's weird because they're described as a British metal band. But it's like if you took a metal band and, you know, bred them with Hozier. And I think that's what you would have with Sleep Token because they don't really sound like a metal band. There's bits, but and then if you you know.
I'm so proud of myself, Kim.
Why?
I'm proud of myself.
What'd you do?
So a friend of mine, I went on Facebook today just to have a wee look. And she lives out in Australia. She used to live here. And her post goes like this. I fought getting technology for years. I have only had a mobile phone for 10 years and I fought it and fought it and fought it. And I also fought a watch, and I've just got an Apple Watch, and the way that I was floored with all the things that I could do with my mobile phone, I have been floored so much with this watch, all the stuff that it can do. Isn't technology wonderful? And the things that have came on and moved on so much. And I was starting to type, you should see what they've done with a rabbit. I still a bit not posting it, but I thought maybe that's a step too far. So sorry. I think
that's
technology
funny,
indeed.
Okay.
Speaking of rabbits,
Anyway.
Let's talk about Squeak. Even though it's not a
Squeak
rabbit.
is fine. No, but she's a cat, so it's close. Squeak is fine. She's had her first week of antibiotics, and so her nose is drying up. And so Squeak is still good. So no dead pets this week, thank God. So that's kind of why I put it there, because I'm sure somebody was gonna be like, I wonder if she killed anything this week.
Celebratory podcast. No dead pets. Yes. Yes.
Right. So no, Squeak is fine. Squeak is Squeak. And yes, Boomer, she will probably end up being house cat, but we'll see. Because he's been giving me crap about that all week. It's like, yep, she's gonna be a house cat. We'll see. But speaking of non-pet related things, I heard Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow. So apparently we're in for 6 more weeks of winter.
Just stop now.
Right.
Stop now. According to the NOAA webpage dedicated to the subject of Punxsutawney Phil, his predictions have only been right 30% of the time over the last 10 years. I'm prepared for this. He's a stupid rat.
Yes, he is.
He's a fat rat.
Yes. So I'm attempting to put out a contract on his life because 6 more. I mean, although to be fair, like Robin says, we're in for 6 more weeks of something anyway, and more than likely where I live, it's gonna be fucking winter. So, but it is what it is. But
they say we're young and we don't know. We'll find out until we grow.
So I know California, we would love 6 more weeks of winter.
You're flirting again. Don't do it.
I'm ignoring this.
Oh, for God's sake. All right. But anyway, other than that.
We'll take 6 more weeks of winter, though. We will.
I'll bet you will, yeah.
We just started winter. Honestly, this is the first rainstorm we've had in like months. So there's that.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you guys need the rain. So, I get that. So,
Greg, gotta say, the camera angle today looks like you've been in something about Mary with your hairdo today.
It's a bit fluffy, I gotta say. Yep.
I thought I got a haircut, so I need to get a haircut.
Yeah.
Now. Anyway, what about you? Because that's all about me.
I digress.
All right, so it's been a triage unit for this family this past week, so I was patient 0. Cindy and Colin both came down sick. They're just now like coming around and getting out of it, so that's good. My wife's aunt fell and broke her hip. So that was that's been rough. So it's just been like one thing after another. I'm sorry?
We've told her to stop breakdancing, but she just won't.
No, seriously. No, it was actually pretty scary. So she had left my wife's mom's house, and they live basically on the same lot, like they're kind of like a split lot. So, think about it. You walk down a pathway, you go out a fence, and then she's walking down a driveway of gravel to her house. Maybe 100 yards separates their 2 houses. She got outside the gate and fell, broke her pelvis in 3 spots, had a hairline fracture on her hip. Nobody knew she fell. She was out there for over a half hour.
My grandfather, I think that was the end of him, actually. He fell and broke his hip outside his house, lived by himself. My grandmother had passed. He lay outside all night long.
Yeah.
He was
Thank God the neighbor saw and came and they helped her in, and then ended up taking her to ER and found out that she actually broke her pelvis in 3 spots. So we're obviously hoping for the best, but it's a pretty serious situation for her. That said, it's been an interesting week in the U.S. We've been going through the confirmation hearings, which, so you have the incoming presidency. He's got all of his cabinet members that he wants to put in place. And if you've ever watched confirmation hearings,
yes,
they are decidedly
despicable.
Well, yeah, because ultimately all they are is a speaking pulpit for these different politicians to kind of rile up their base, whichever base it may be. Rarely ever do they actually speak to the people that are trying to get nominated to the positions for whatever reason and really ask substantive questions.
Especially the gentle lady from Hawaii.
No, I think the epitome of this was Bernie Sanders talking to RFK Jr. about onesies that his old company that he's resigned from, but that they have up on their site that are like anti-vaccination. You know, they have a little saying on them.
Are you against the ones? He's the ones over the head.
It was just comedic watching this. So that it drove me crazy, but I was actually proud of RFK Jr.
The best part of Bernie was, you take so much money from. Sorry, that's pretty bad. RFK son, it's not just the corruption, in big companies. It's corruptions here, and you're the largest donor or the recipient of money from medical companies. And Bernie's going, oh no, it wasn't. It was from the workers. It was from the workers.
Well, and so that's actually a common practice, by the way. These politicians get funding from different lobbyists, and they can kind of excuse it because it comes in the form of small donations from a lot of people. Well, ultimately, those are basically, just think of it as shell people. They're creating fake identities, or they're utilizing individuals to make donations into these politicians.
It's funny.
But so anyway, so that's been interesting to watch.
Yep.
Kind of makes you want to pull your hair out at times or fluff it up. But then on a positive front, I did watch 2 excellent programs. One really hard to watch, but it was great, was Vietnam in HD. It's out on, I think, Prime Video. It's a fantastic watch.
Right that time.
And it honestly gives some different perspective on the Vietnam War, which I really appreciated. It covers it from start to finish, and really gets into some personal stories within that, which is, again, an interesting angle. And so then the next show is a show called On Call, and it just came out on Amazon Prime. It is a have you ever seen the show The Rookie? It's TV cop show. It's like that, but
Brilliant.
You're not going to really know many of the actors, with the exception of one actor. That's the only person I really knew, was one of the sergeants. But it is about kind of like a training day situation of a training officer and a rookie, and in Long Beach, California. Which Long Beach, California, if you're not familiar with Long Beach, I mean, there is the glamorous kind of beach area of Long Beach, but there's a lot of Long Beach that's not so glamorous.
Go 2 streets back.
Yeah. It's the part they never show. But anyway, so it's unfiltered. It is raw. And what's interesting is they give you a lot of the police officers' camera views throughout it. So it just gives it kind of this authentic feel to it. And nothing feels over the top so far. It's 8 episodes long. They're roughly, I want to say 30, 40 minutes in length each. So we actually watched the entire season in one evening.
Have they stayed away from all of the stuff?
No, they actually confront some of the stuff, which I appreciated that. And so it's a worthwhile watch. I will just say that. I enjoyed it. At first my wife was struggling with it, but it was because she wasn't necessarily watching it, like paying attention. So she was catching bits and pieces. She's like, well, that doesn't seem like that would happen. And I'm like, no, that actually would happen. So we started rewinding a little bit, letting her kind of catch back up and concentrate on it. And then I think she ultimately enjoyed it as well.
Cool.
But yeah, so worthwhile. Watch it.
Sorry, just talking about TV stuff. During the storm, I was searching around for things to watch at night time when Judith was out, and I was on the old iPad, and I must have set the Netflix app up to download automatically some stuff.
Oh.
And it had downloaded something I'd never seen, which was called Rebel Moon.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yep.
Wow, that's gritty. And it's like a mix of Star Wars and Dune and old big space opera. It's really good. I'm halfway through the second bit of the director's cut. It's good.
Yeah, I wanted more out of Rebel Moon, to be honest. I wanted it to be a little bit more, but it was very much a spectacle. And from that standpoint, I very much enjoyed it, but I thought it could have been better. I did just get in this shirt, by the way. So it's the Comma Club, which I'm not. I struggled at first. So this is from Extra Life. They sent this to me, and I was like, Comma Club? What the hell's Comma Club? And it said, thank you for being one of our top fundraisers and Extra Life participant. In 2024, you raised over $1,000 more for your UC Davis Children's Hospital. So they sent me this little card along with the T-shirt, which is nice. But I'm like, Comma Club? What the hell? And then it dawned on me. My donation had a comma in it because I raised enough funds to get over 1,000. So I'm in the Comma Club.
That's
a little odd, but
yeah.
Oh well, it's nice. I got a T-shirt. What can I say?
Yeah. Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Mr. Matthew, I think is with me on Rebel Moon.
The second, the first one was really good. Led me wanting for more. The second one, second chapter or whatever it is now, it is a bit soap opera-ish. But the first one I thought was excellent. On a stormy night, was in a dark room, and they're blowing heads off left, right, and center. And there's Nazis, space Nazis running around everywhere. It was that good.
Who doesn't love space Nazis?
Space Nazis. Well, lesbians in space is good too, but space not. And if the lesbians are Nazis,
that's a movie for a different day, Robin.
Wow. Holy moly!
Stop flirting with us, Kim.
All right, let's talk some video games.
All right.
Today I feel like playing computer games. Today I feel like playing computer games.
I apologize, Greg, because you just really don't know where the show's going to go when I'm on.
No, never. It's okay. I like it.
But we've known that for years.
It's a free flowing. It's a rich tapestry of gaming goodness. Speaking of tapestries of gaming goodness, Kim.
Yes, take us to the seas of tapestries. This castle must have tapestries.
What's going on for the free games that we pay for that we get for free?
All right. Well, I've only got the PlayStation ones because I haven't found anything else yet. But anyway, so for your PlayStation Plus for February, can you believe it's frickin' February? I can.
No.
We have, I know, right? Well, it's Payday 3 for the PS5, High on Life for the PS4 and PS5, and Pac-Man World Repack, dear God, for the PS4 and PS5. So hopefully by next show, I'll have figured out what's going to be on Game Pass and all that. So.
Okay.
Anyway. So there you go.
So the gaming commentary, talking about the games we've been playing. Robin, I'm going to throw this to you first because I know what Kim and I have been playing.
Yeah.
I'm going to let us talk about it shortly, but you're probably the more interesting, and I say that with caveats, but you know.
Oh no! It's just no. It's still racing. It's still doing some AMS2, which is Automobilista 2. So still doing more of that, but mostly it's ACC. It's a very strange year because this time last year there was I can't say it. iRacing. Oh, there you go. I got it right. iRacing, and there was ACC.
Right.
That really was your choices. There was a few stragglers on the side, but those were the choices. Now you have ACC, iRacing. You've got Le Mans Ultimate, which is in development but is shaping up. You've got the release of Assetto Corsa Evo, which is in development. And you've got AMS2 with a big update. And it's splitting communities. It's splitting where people are playing. And it's a really odd year. But I am not at the cutting edge of this stuff. So I am sticking with, for the foreseeable future, through the day, it'll be ACC through my day streams, but at nighttime, we'll have Taco Tuesdays, which is going to be AMS2 nights. But this week, we've got Season 4 of the Warriors Pro Series, Art of War, my samurai. Oh, samurai. That starts on Thursday night. Taco Tuesdays on there. And then the following week, we have the Bongo World Series Leg 2. It's called I Thought It Would Be Bigger. And it starts week after next. So, and then tonight we have, of course, the Wheel of Misfortune, which is multiple races now split between Assetto Corsa Competizione and Automobilista. We spin the wheel. We do 3 and 3 quick races, and it's a bit of fun. So, had a really good time this week. That video went out for Trumpy Trump. I've done a really lovely interview with a guy called Konstantinos, who's out in Greece, and he is the founder of Lovely Dashboard, which is this fabulous app, which is an overlay of all of you can use for every car in the same app. It's a very, very useful tool. He's developed it from his bedroom. It's got to such a point now that he has left. He's a industrial designer by heart. He designs user interfaces.
Okay.
So how to, the buttons that you press.
Sure, makes sense that he would, then create a dashboard.
And it was really interesting. We had about an hour of an interview. We chatted. We met. He started racing about the same time as me. And we met online. He did a bit of streaming. We met in Germany there in November. The year before in Germany, I was handing out his lovely sim racing stickers. So we've been knowing each other for years now. And that was really good. And that went up this week, and that went down very well too. So yeah, it's been a good week. The racing goes on, and I still get a buzz. I was racing at Mount Panorama, which is in Australia, on Friday, and I'm actually going to do a video on the particular race. It was Split 1, which is the best of the best guys, the Thomas Morons and these top guys. And Mount Panorama this weekend had the 12-hour race. It started this morning in Australia at 6 a.m. and it goes to 6 in the evening. It's a world-renowned race at Mount Panorama. Very, very difficult circuit. And when I went into the race, I had only qualified in 18th out of a grid of 30.
Okay.
Which was okay by me. But when the weather came on, it showed that it was going to be dry, and light rain. And it was at nighttime as well. Very, very, very difficult. Okay. So instead of the usual thing, I thought, well, the usual thing would be, okay, well, we have to do a pit stop in this race. And most people will do a pit stop for wet tires.
Right.
And I decided that I was going to pump up the pressures in my car on the grid at the time and change on to dries, because the race was 45 minutes long. The rain was coming at 30 to 35 minutes into the race. And if I pumped up the pressures on my pit stop, my tires that I came out on, they're going to be too overpressured, but I could get away with it. So instead of finishing 18th, I finished 5th. And then these guys that I was racing with, it's just class. It was like a master class of driving on dry tires in the wet. And it was epic. And I actually had some of those guys contact me after the race to say, did you do that race on dries? Which I did.
Right.
And it was awesome. So I'm going to do a video on driving, how when changeable conditions like that, how to leverage yourself to make you better than probably what you are. That was my, as far as championship points are concerned, in a race I would get 80 odd points. Usually in a Split 1 race like that, I got 270 odd. It's a massive boost for my championship. Those guys are Division 1, I'm Division 2, but I'm aiming to be top 3 this season, and that's a massive thing for me. So
that's because you use strategery.
Yes, strategery.
Yes,
statistics. So for me, that gave me a real buzz, which sends the signal to my little brain that I still love what I do. I still get the nervousness at the start of a race. I still get the tingle and and all of that. And I'm passionate about what I do, and it's brilliant. I love racing. That's it. Sorry.
Right. Hey, no, don't need to apologize.
Yeah, right.
Kim loves Dragon Age, and she can't quit that either. So
Don't. The way she's flicking her hair. Don't do it.
Oh boy.
Kim, you I posted up some hours on the game I'm going to be speaking to, but then you went up to me in a major way. I've been like, well, I've been playing this game for 6 days straight.
Pretty much. So, sad but true. I don't know. I'm still playing it. I don't know. I'm almost to the end game of the second run through. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do it again or not, but I have found things that I missed the first time around. So I mean, there's that.
I was just gonna say, and I'm not one to play through campaigns a second time. I never have been.
Right.
So I don't get the allure of that. Although I kind of can see it with Dragon Age, because you can play as a different kind of character and you
can play as a different faction, or you can play as instead of a rogue, you can play as a warrior or a mage or whatever.
Did you not do it in Mass Effect, Greg? Did you not do it in Mass Effect?
I did not.
Oh.
There's a lot of people though that do it in Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, I mean,
there's
RPGs. I mean, it's very typical, but I just do not.
That's why I also don't feel embarrassed about the whole deal with Lucanus. What?
Diablo.
Yes.
What?
You're not doing Diablo, Greg.
No.
That's true. Yeah.
No?
Sorry, little man.
I played my fat druid in Diablo 4 and played it to the end, and that was it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I this is the first Dragon Age I've ever went back and played through, at least twice. So I mean, because with the Inquisition, it was so huge anyway. By the time I was done with that, I was just like, okay, I'm done with it. I think I had like 300 hours in that one when I was finally done with it. So, after 300 hours, you're just like, okay, I'm done. I've done everything I can do. And like you said, and apparently I was wrong because I made the comment to somebody else on Joysticks and Chill that I thought it was short. Then I went and looked back on it, and I'm like, well, I did have 100 hours in it, so I guess it wasn't that short. But with the combat being like it is, it seems like it's quicker. So maybe that's another part of it. I don't know.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'd be curious, those in the chat, if you guys do you replay campaigns? Do you go back in, especially RPGs? Do you go back in and play a different character? Do you do that, or are you like me? It's like you play through the story. It's one time. That's it. Very interested to hear that.
Yeah. What are you?
Indiana Jones. I'm still playing it. I am, I think, now towards the end of the game. I think I'm nearing the finale. I probably have about 43 hours put into the game so far. I haven't been devoting, like when I started the game, the first, I'd probably say 20 hours of it. I really wasn't focused in too much on side quests. I've very much started doing a lot of side quests on the second half.
Right.
So I think that's obviously inflated the hours, but there's a lot of content to it. So you can get a lot out of it. And I'm not going to go too much more on Indiana Jones other than this, and why I feel like it hits differently than other, action adventure games. And I think it's because Indiana Jones actually delivers on the promise of being an archaeologist, like explorer. Uncharted, it was you're a treasure hunter, and it was exciting, and I really loved the premise of Uncharted up until you realized it was a murder simulator. There wasn't much exploration to that game. It was all about just killing bad guys. And the Tomb Raider, the reinventing of Tomb Raider and kind of creating Lara Croft of the new age, and I was excited for that. And it was a murder simulator. Indiana Jones, combat serves a role in Indiana Jones, but it's not about killing. It's not about killing waves and waves and waves and waves of people. In fact, getting into combat is really a negative, atypically. You will be able to get your way out of certain spots, but they purposely hamper gunplay early on. Later on, you'll be able to kind of power yourself up a little bit to be a little bit more effective with weapons, but for the most part, you're not going to be able to just gun your way through the game. Or even in fist fighting, you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to end up, losing. So that's, to me, what makes Indiana Jones different. It is about the exploration. It's about being, someone that's going into these caves and trying to find your way through and getting past traps and different puzzles. It really fulfills that fantasy of being that archaeologist. And so I think that's why I love this game. It doesn't hurt that it has fantastic voice acting, that the story is well written, and it's done in the vein of Indiana Jones. You feel like you're in an Indiana Jones movie. So that's it. I won't say much more on that. We're going to push forward, although I do see Mr. Matthew says, if it's good, yes. I played all the Mass Effect games multiple times to try different classes. Same with Baldur's Gate. I wonder if he made love to the bear, because in Baldur's Gate 3 you can make love to a bear.
Right. Yeah. I'm not there yet, but we'll work on it. Expect TikToks of that too. So because I've been doing some stupid ass TikToks for Dragon Age.
Thank God TikTok's been saved. There we go.
I know, right? Because now I've got this outlet for stupid shit. But anyway.
All right, stupid shit. Speaking of stupid shit.
All right, now everybody get settled. Get away from the windows. Now look, good. It's time for the quiz. Yeah, you know what? Oh, too bad. Tough.
All right, Rob and I. By the way, time check. How are we doing for you?
I got 15.
All right, we're going to do this quick.
Okay.
Metacritic Madness 2011. Here we go. Kim, you're starting this off. I pulled this one specifically for you. Dragon Age 2 on the Xbox 360. What do you think its Metacritic score was for Dragon Age 2?
Oh, God. It probably wasn't great. I don't know. I'm going to go with 80.
Kim says 80. Robin, what do you say? You're muted, Robin. Put your teeth in, Robin.
85.
85. Believe it or not, Kim killing it once again. She knows her Dragon Age. 79.
Alrighty.
All right. Robin.
Sure.
Yo.
Battlefield 3 came out to PC in 2011. What do you think its Metacritic score was?
Battlefield 3.
Oh, boy.
Battlefield
That was a good
3.
one.
That was a good game.
Yes, it was.
Was it that good? Really? Was it that good?
Well, yeah. Multiplayer was.
90.
90. Robin says 90 for Battlefield 3. Kim, what say you?
88.
Ooh, cut the close, baby.
A rare, amazing moment of splitting the difference. It was 89.
Oh, wow.
All right, and final for the final 3 games. There is a bonus game, by the way.
Oh.
Resistance 3 on the PS3. Kim, what did Resistance 3 on the PS3 get?
83.
Robin, what say you?
It was shit. 70.
70. Kim, it's like you have a sixth sense. It was 84 on the PS3. All right. Last but not least, Robin, I pulled this for you.
Okay.
Test Drive Unlimited 2 came out to the Xbox 360. I know you probably didn't actually care about this game at the time, but you know what? It was a popular game. So Test Drive Unlimited 2. Robin, what say you?
40.
40. No faith in that game, apparently.
None. 85.
I'm surprised, Kim, you just didn't go with 41 just to be like, Price is Right, Robin out.
I know, right?
It was actually a 68. I think Robin was on the right path. He just went dipped a little low.
Yeah. I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Mr. Matthew, well done on your guesses. Your Dragon Age 2, solid guesses. Solid.
Nice.
All right, Robin.
Okay.
Today
Nope, not that one.
Here is the fucking news.
I cannot wait for this.
News is full and fat this week. Scandalous news we start with. That Switch 2 game boxes could be 40% larger than Switch boxes. According to Universal Nintendo editor Felipe Lima, the new system's game cases are shaping up to be absolute units, measuring 13 centimeters wide and 19.5 centimeters tall. Americans have no idea what this means. That means that they'll be taller than PS5 game cases. There you go, Americans, which are 13.5 centimeters wide and 17 centimeters tall. So in summary, Nintendo's new game cases are slimmer, but taller, like they've been hitting yoga instead of the gym. Get ready to reorganize your shelves because these things are going to tower over your PS5 collection like a lanky older sibling.
Nice.
Just,
I laughed when I saw this news story, so I had to post it. I was just like, who cares? Honestly. All right. Continue on, Robin.
Okay. Sony's having a shake-up. Sony just hit the shuffle button on its leadership playlist. And now Hideaki Nishimo is rocking the solo CEO gig at PlayStation, leaving former co-op partner Herman Hulst to focus on PlayStation Studios. This change comes alongside a big corporate remix. Sony's overall company now has Hiroki Tokaki, former CEO and a man whose name practically rhymes with Monopoly, stepping in as CEO and president. Meanwhile, Hulst, now reporting to Nishimo, will continue crafting PlayStation's greatest hits, overseeing game development, publishing, and turning beloved franchises into Hollywood blockbusters, because we definitely need more Uncharted movies, right? So, in summary, Jim Ryan left, PlayStation did a leadership speedrun, and now Nishio is player one. Let's see if he gets a platinum trophy in corporate strategy. Oh, God, this is so good.
I like that summary. I do like that summary. You know, I think this is direct fallout from all of the live service games getting canceled out. I think Sony's obviously not hurting. They're doing very well financially speaking. However, I think there was a real fear internally at Sony of the direction they were going. And so, Herman Hulse kind of, he gets a demotion. That you don't usually see this that often in Sony. Right. So
Foreshadowing. Yeah. So, Dragon Age studio BioWare has reportedly halved in size, with staff surprised at EA relocations.
There are little people now.
According to Bloomberg, EA just pulled the old, "Oh, by the way, you live here now" trick on the bunch of BioWare dives. After finishing up Dragon Age, the Veilguard, these employees thought they were just on a little field trip to other EA studios, only to find out this week that their temporary loans were actually one-way tickets. Turns out they're no longer BioWare employees, and if they want back in, they'll have to apply like everyone else. Surprise! Meanwhile, BioWare's headcount has shrunk from over 200 people 2 years ago to less than 100 today. A small but mighty squad is still working on Mass Effect 5, presumably hoping no one tells them they've actually been reassigned to making FIFA Ultimate Team Packs.
Robin, I thought this actually had a little bit of like flashback for you, being that you've been in that very scenario of, hey, you know what? If you want to stay with this company, you got to reapply.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. This definitely does not bode well, Kim, by the way, for Dragon Age. I'm sorry to say.
I know.
And Forza 5 is coming to PS5 this spring. The wizards at Panic Button, along with Playground Games and Turn 10 Studios, are working their magic to bring Forza Horizon 5 to PS5. Yes, I read that correctly. A PlayStation console is about to get a full tank of Xbox fuel. God, I love this rewrite. According to a blog post on the official Forza website, the PS5 version will come fully loaded with all the content from the Xbox and PC versions, including every car pack ever released and the Hot Wheels and Rally Adventure expansions. In other words, PlayStation players won't be getting a watered-down port. They're getting the full buffet. We're excited to welcome PS5 players to the Forza Horizon community. Playground Games said, probably while double-checking to make sure this crossover isn't some kind of simulation glitch. Now, let's see if Gran Turismo ever returns the favor.
I don't think they're going to return the favor anytime soon. But this is, interesting tack from Microsoft, and it's going to lead right into the next story. So we might as well talk about the next story, and then we'll circle back on all of this.
Okay, and Xbox revenue fell 7% in quarter two as hardware sales dropped 29%. Microsoft's gaming division raked in 6.6 billion gigawatts during the last 3 months of 2024, down 530 million year over year, which is basically a rounding error when you're dealing with billion. The biggest culprit, Xbox hardware revenue took a 29% nosedive, mostly because fewer people felt they need to buy a new console this quarter. Meanwhile, Xbox content and services revenue managed a humble 2% increase, carried on the back of Game Pass, which continues to be Microsoft's favorite golden goose. CEO Satya Nadella hopped on the earnings call to remind everyone that despite the dip, Xbox is still in the game. We're all about making this business more profitable for the long haul, focusing on content and platform services with juicier margins, he said. Oh, he's a man. Presumably while stacking Game Pass subscriptions like poker chips. He also flexed that Black Ops 6 had a record-breaking launch, topping sales on both Xbox and PlayStation, which must feel awkward at PlayStation HQ. Meanwhile, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle lassoed over 4 million players since its December debut. Oh, and Xbox Cloud Gaming still chugging along with a record 140 million hours streamed this quarter. Meanwhile, a whole lot of people are finding creative ways to play games without actually owning an Xbox. As for Game Pass, it has just had its biggest revenue quarter ever, with PC subscriptions jumping over 30% as Microsoft keeps convincing more people to stop trialing and start playing. Thanks to ChatGTP for the complete rewrite of the news.
Yeah, so, I mean, this goes along with the whole notion of Microsoft no longer, they don't care about the hardware. They don't. They've moved past that. They are now about building out an ecosystem, and I think that's the delicate balance that they're going to have to play. It's releasing games into other systems, other ecosystems, if you will, and trying to pull people into their own ecosystem. That's the play here. They want Game Pass. They want people buying on the Xbox platform. They don't care if you're on the PlayStation. They don't care if you're on the Switch. But there is that again, that delicate balance of, we want to give some games to try and pull them in, but I do think that they have to be careful not to give away the full boat, because they still want people coming into the Xbox ecosystem.
Right.
It doesn't bother me. I mean,
no, me neither.
I mean, if Forza 5, Forza Horizon 5 sells great on PlayStation, and that can fund more games coming into Game Pass for me, I am more than happy.
Right.
I've seen something Forza 6? Horizon 6? Forza Horizon? Recently?
I don't know. I'm sure it's in development. They're talking about they are due to make an announcement for that. They haven't really announced the next Forza Horizon game yet. But I don't know when that's going to come, because that developer is, Playground is working on Fable. Well, we'll see. But so a lot of speculation, of course, seeing Forza Horizon 5 come to PlayStation 5, everybody's like, oh, everything's going to come day and date. I don't think that's the case.
I've seen a lot of that on Twitter and whatnot. So
I still think you're going to get select games coming into PlayStation ecosystem. And this is an interesting one. Forza Horizon 5, it's an older game.
Right.
I think they're going to tease some of these older games. You'll still get some day and date releases, like, trying to think, they have Outer Worlds 2 coming out. It released on PlayStation 5 originally. It's going to release on PlayStation 4 originally. It's going to release on PlayStation 5 day and date. But other games you will see, Diablo, again, a game that came out day and date. Some games, though, they're going to have these 3-month windows. They're going to have these exclusivity windows like Indiana Jones. I'm sure the Gears E-Day, as much as people want to try and say that's going to be day and date, I don't think it's going to be. I think that maybe we get a remaster collection to the PlayStation ecosystem, and then it's like, but if you want the latest one, you got to come into our ecosystem.
Right.
That's the only kind of play this makes sense. Otherwise, they just really are a third-party publisher at this point. Which, I mean, in some respects, they are.
Right.
A massive one. I'm curious to see what the second half of this year looks like for them. But there's a shitload of games coming out from Microsoft this year. I mean, pretty much one every month. And they're not small games. So,
excellent.
Anyway. All right, Kim.
Yes.
Bless us with some new releases, please.
Alrighty. Your new releases for February 2nd through February 8th are Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on February 4th. Which Tony is apparently excited about. I don't know if he thinks this is going to be like Red Dead or not, but he's got another thing coming. I think he sees a guy on a horse and he thinks it's going to be like Red Dead. No, not exactly. But anyway. We'll find out February 4th, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Rift of the Necrodancer for PC on February 5th. While Waiting for PC and Switch, also on February 5th. Damn it. Ambulance Life, a paramedic simulator for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on February 6th.
It was not the title, Kim.
Oh, God damn it.
You leave Mima out of this.
Mima, okay. Ambulance Life, Mima, a paramedic simulator. Oh, this next one, God damn it, I don't remember what the actual title is. It's not this, but we're gonna say it anyway. Big Purple Helmet Heroes. I think it's Big Helmet Heroes, but alright. For the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, PC, February 6th. Keep Driving, PC, February 6th.
Just keep driving, just keep driving,
right.
driving.
Moons of Darsalon, It's not the Drop Your Pants edition, but whatever. It makes sense though, given the name. For the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One and Switch on February 6th. So those are your new releases this week. I think the biggest one there is probably with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So
yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking very positively about the first game. You know, obviously it was kind of like a cult hit.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. Robin?
Guilty.
I figured.
I'm racing in 10, 12, 13 minutes time in Bongos with a Misfortune. You'll catch me then. The streaming schedule this week, Tuesday evening, Taco Tuesdays for the MS2. I am streaming all day Wednesday. We have Warriors Pro, The Art of War. My samurai suit is going on Thursday evening. And then I'm streaming all day Friday. What a week.
Very nice.
What a week. And for members only, they can catch me at my desk working in the mornings, the days I'm not streaming. So tomorrow morning, if you're a member on YouTube, you'll see me here editing video, doing stuff, taking photographs, doing silly things.
Excitement.
Yeah. So I just open that up to members.
Is this the OnlyFans?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the OnlyFans version. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what they get.
Kim, we will try to pull back in Halo Wednesday. It didn't happen this past week. The schedule's being jostled about.
Right.
Do I want to ask about the calendar?
Oh, I guess if you want. I
think we should round out with the calendar,
all right.
and then we give a shout out to the chat.
All right, we'll do that. Let me get this thing off of here. All right. We have February, and of course for February we have Aaron and Cadmus.
You say of course we have Aaron and Thadmus. Is that the?
No, Cadmus with a C.
Cadmus. Okay.
Yeah. I assume, it's one or the other. I don't know who's who. Maybe Aaron's the cat and Cadmus is the firefighter. No idea.
I'm going with that.
Yep. So there you go. That's your February.
Okay. He's like one of those cats that doesn't have any hair. It's just pretty disgusting.
I know.
I have to admit, I like a little chest hair, so I'm a little disappointed myself.
Yeah.
So.
Grizzly Adams.
Exactly.
Stop flirting, Kim. Stop flirting. Give a shout out to the chat for Christ's sakes. Come on.
Chat, Boomer, CP Matthew, Lord actually made it on the show before it was over, so that's exciting. Yeah, see, so thanks you guys for dropping in and staying with us. And I'm sorry about the phrasing, Boomer, but you see what I work with.
It's all about phrasing.
It's all about phrasing. So thanks, guys. Hope you come back next week.
All right. In fact, speaking of thanking people, thank us. We've delivered you an hour of entertainment and then some.
I know, right?
Like, subscribe, do the thing the kids do on the social medias.
It's like done.
There you go.
Yeah.
Robin, thank you for being on the show. Kim, thank you for being on the show.
Always.
Love you both.
Love you long time.
Yeah, you too.
We'll be back next week. We're going to keep this short and sweet. Thanks, everybody. Come back. Toodles.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.
Just flirting again.